Hello, Nagots. Tonya TKO here, and we are live and direct right now. I am in Nigeria, and today is day, I believe, 27 or something like that. It's either 26 or 27. I'm not sure. We're a little bit behind in the recorded videos. Hi, everyone. Hi. Welcome in. When you come on in, you can say hello. Hi. Oh, hey, Marcel. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, welcome in, welcome in. So I could really use some, I could really use some moral support. You know, it's just that it's been so much fun hanging out with you all over the past month, right? Nothing is, it's a few different things, right? It's a few different things. It's a few different things. So my trip is ending, right? And I feel so sad. I feel so sad, right? My trip is coming to a close, and just, I've, I've met so many wonderful people, and we've gotten so close. I appreciate you all coming along on this trip with me, and I just I feel like coming on this trip has changed me, right? I feel like coming on this trip has changed me. And I really don't know how I go back to my regular life after this. I just don't know. I don't feel like the same person, but then if I'm not that person, then who am I? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. And it's like, and I suggest any of us come out to West Africa, where our people were stolen from. The situation is just so complex, right? It's so complex because it's like, I don't know if you all remember this movie, right? There was this movie where Tom Hanks was in the airport, and while he was traveling, something happened to his country, and he ended up having to stay inside of the airport because he was stateless, right? And as an African American, coming to Nigeria and Ghana has made me feel stateless. I feel like there's really no place that I belong. I feel like Because it's like, okay, so, all right. So, as an African American, right, I think, there's a lot of things and it's so complex. It's so complex. And someone's asking, why am I crying? I don't even know why I'm crying myself, right? It's really complex because genetically you're a thing, right? But you're so far removed from that thing that even the people that you're removed from don't remember you, right? And it's kind of like being orphaned, but not orphaned by choice. And just really, it's like there was a girl, she was on Ayanla recently, and this woman abducted her from the hospital. You all remember, and I think she threw a bottle of water at Ayanla at the door or something, and Ayanla was trying to swaddle her and be like, "Oh, you're coming back out of the womb," and just some damn nonsense, right? But nonetheless, right? So it's like, African Americans didn't have a choice in like I see the thing is that Africans didn't have a choice. We didn't consent to being taken abroad. But then now that's the only country that we know. And we have no connection to any of our customs or culture. And coming back to Nigeria and coming to Abuja especially, there's so many people that look like you and look like me. I'm telling you, and then when you hear the accents, you're stunned because you're like, just wow, like you look so much like someone that you see on on the subway riding next to me or wherever. And being in Abuja really reminds me that we are a stolen people. We are a stolen people, right? And we've been gone for so long that even our people here, they they don't even they don't consider us stolen Africans for the most part. They consider us Americans now at this point. And in some respects we are, it's a strange dichotomy. I was having a conversation. I was having a conversation with a guy earlier today, and the guy was like talking about how you guys, displace the American indigenous people. You guys displaced them and killed them off, and I'm like, when you say you guys, who are you talking about? And he's like, you Americans. And I'm like, enslaved Africans? And it's like the two pieces just aren't connecting. The two pieces just don't seem to be connecting. That and then like the guy was even like making fun of how Black Americans don't have any culture. And I'm like, you know, yeah, nonetheless, I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, Black Americans do have culture. America in and of itself is only 200 years old, right? And so any cultures and customs that we're going to have are going to be younger than 200 years. And I think I just, I don't have my phone set up for anyone to be able to call, which is unfortunate because I use my phone for filming. I'm trying to see the comments, but they're coming in so quickly. I'm sorry, I can't keep up with the comments. They're coming in so fast. If there's something that you don't see me respond to, you can just paste it back in again. So, let me see if I can articulate. Work with me to see if I can articulate what's upsetting me, right? I thought when I came, so we've done our DNA test, right? We've done our DNA test. So we are majority Nigerian, minority Ghanaian, right? And and some small percentage Caucasian, but thank goodness the little small percentage of Caucasian was not Neanderthal, so we have no Neanderthal DNA. It's like it was what, about 67% Nigerian, about 20% Ghanaian. And I thought at the beginning of this trip that when I came out, that there would be this grand, homecoming. I would come back home to the land of my people, and that something would resonate, right? That something would connect with my spirit, and something would just come alive inside of me, and I'd begin speaking in the tongue of my forefather. And this is what I thought, right? But reality is, when I came out, I really didn't feel a connection to any of the cultural things that we were stolen from, right? So it's like here I come to the motherland, and I don't really feel a connection to the customs. There's all of this animus and hostility in my comments. If you dare even show what it is that you see, you know so there's the otherism, the outsideness. So you're an outsider, you're not one of us, you're not this, and then not feeling a heritageal connection to it either, right? And then being an other in America, like, there's so many people that I've met along this journey that are like, oh, I want to come, I wish I could come to America, this, that, and the other. And they don't know what racism is. They don't know, and don't seem to understand, because I'm talking to people who are from Black nations, and they don't understand what it's like for a person not to like you and want to oppress you, objectify you, and subjugate you based on the color of your skin. Not even the color of your skin or your negroidal DNA, right? So they're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to come to America, because they're like, oh, this is going to be the land of milk and honey. And they don't really understand the dynamic that exists between Caucasian Americans and African Americans in the land, and how some of them are even used as pawns to further the divide, to take a person from different cultures and customs who haven't been beat down mentally and emotionally, and then use that person to pit them against those who were born on this land. And it's been an interesting experience, because I feel stateless. I feel like I feel like I don't belong in America. And I understand, our people, our forefathers built that land, but with the racism and all of this other stuff, I feel uneasy. I feel out of place. I feel like I stick out in America. And I feel like I stick out here. And it's like, where in the world can we go? Where can we go? Where can we go, really? where can we go? Honestly, it's like we've been gone for hundreds of years. And it's like there's no place here. There's no place here for us. And it's like, if you do find a place, it's like you have to forge your own place and then fight against all of these currents and waves. ADOS is American Descendants of Slavery. You know, and it's like going to the ports here and learning about how we came to be stolen, and then I don't know. It's been too long since we've been gone. It's been too long since we've been gone. So that's one of the things that's troubling me. Of course, I'm homesick. I'm homesick. I miss my family. I miss being around routines and things that are familiar. I miss that. You know, it's like it becomes exhausting. It's like it feels like wearing a girdle just nonstop, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, unending. And you just really want to take the girdle off and just let it all hang out. I want to be around that which is familiar. So that's two. And then three, I don't want to go back to the routine that I had before. I feel different now. And I don't know how to have reconnaissance for the difference that I feel. Like, how do I now just go back to California? And I don't know. I don't know. How do I go back to California and just start doing what it is that I was doing before? So that's three. Four, I feel a mourning, because I've met so many amazing people. I've met so many amazing people along the journey. People that I'll probably never see again. People that I'll probably never see again. And it's like, you meet people and you open up and you let them into your life and you have fun with them. And then it's like, a part of you, it's like a part of you is I don't know, left on the table, so to speak. I don't know. And it makes me feel like I don't know. It's it's yeah. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, right? To the person saying that if I found a relative to connect to on the motherland, who are our relatives? I really feel like the United States of America, Britain, Portugal, all of these motherfucking countries need to be held accountable. and they need to look at their goddamn books and trace back where they stole these humans from. They need to look at, they need to be held accountable. It's like, where do we come from? Who are our relatives? What is our tribe? Where were we taken from? And it's like, what are the answers to this? You bought and sold human beings. I have no admins on here. Listen, my admins, I need your fingers to move quickly because I don't have the internet capacity to be able to do. It's like, did they think that there would be no ramifications for this? Buying and selling human beings. Buying and selling human beings. 10 human beings for a bottle of gin. 10 human beings for a bottle of gin. 40 human beings for an umbrella. For a big outdoor umbrella. 40 human beings. Did no one think that there would be repercussions? I mean, how long did they think that this would go on? Did they not foresee that one day this would end? And these people, did they not think ahead? So Angie, Africa needs to answer. America needs to answer. Britain needs to answer. First of all, there needs to be an initiative. There should not be one African American that has to pay for a DNA test. There should not be one stolen African in the diaspora that should have to pay for a DNA test. There should be an initiative from every country that is culpable for participating in the transatlantic slave trade. There should be an initiative from each country to find their people. There should be an initiative. Where is my citizenship? Where is my passport to the country of my people? Where is my land? Where is my compensation? Where are my people? I want to know. What tribe am I from? Somebody needs to start speaking up, and we need answers. We need answers. I just don't understand this. I don't understand. And so those are the things that are troubling me. Those are the things that are troubling me. Why is there no initiative why? I don't understand. 400 and 500 years later. What about 300 years ago? There was no initiative to find the stolen people? I'm confused. So you're telling me that countries allowed millions of their citizens to be taken off from their shores. And when it initially ended in the 1800s, where was the initiative to regain your stolen people? Goddess Coco, we were stolen. The people who were taken onto those ships did not fucking consent. They didn't goddamn consent. That sounds like stolen to me. You cannot sell a human being. A human being is not for fucking sale. You didn't create a human being. You cannot fucking sell one. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. You have no right. You have no right. So those people were stolen because they did not consent. They were not migrant workers who consented to get on a boat. And even if, so I'm not even going to say an even if. So yes, those people were stolen because nobody else has the right to sell a human being. Nobody. There were some, so Deborah, there were some people. Ivan Van Sertima has a book called They Came Before Columbus. And so, yes, there were some Moors, whatever, some Cometians, Kemet, whatever you want to call them. There were some Negroids here before Columbus. Yes. Yes. However, human beings were stolen. They did not consent. The numbers are, from what it is that I hear, the numbers are in, they say from the hundreds of thousands to the millions, considering the amount of people that died in the waters. They didn't consent to be shackled and have their free will taken away. Nonetheless, I'm happy that I came on this trip. It was an eye-opening, life-altering, soul-shifting experience for me. And skin clearing. Look at the way my skin is looking. My gosh, this African sun has done your girl well. But nonetheless, I appreciate you all coming out. I appreciate you coming out and giving me moral support. I'll read a few more of your comments and then we'll get out of here. I want to keep the video short. I've expressed myself and we are all entitled to our own opinion. There's some people who believe the earth is flat. There's some people who believe the earth is flat. There's some people who believe the earth is flat. And there's some people who believe that the slave trade never happened. They believe that it never happened and that African Americans were captured on the land in the Americas. And so they were captured on the land in Brazil as well. I want to hear. I want to hear about that. All right. I appreciate the love that you all are sending me. I do feel better. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all. I'm glad that I was able to come out. You know, I would say the situation in Ghana definitely is different than the situation in Nigeria. There was a more open air in Ghana, you know, in terms of open arms. I'd say the arms felt wider open in Ghana than in Nigeria. You know, oh, look at all these hearts. I appreciate that. And look, since hanging out in Ghana, I'm growing a dimple too. Did you all notice how many men had dimples in Ghana? And the eye candy is not over yet. There's still more. There's still more. But listen, I appreciate all of you coming out to the video. Thank you for the hearts. Yes, we do have Stockholm Syndrome. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for everything. I do feel better. Thank you. And so Patrice is saying the slave trade and colonialism planted deep wounds, psychological wounds. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So what do we do when I get back? What do we do when I get back? How do we go back to the videos that I was doing before, talking about viral topics and women feeding men like baby birds and you know, and that stuff. What do we do? Hey, Marcel, is that a sad face and a heart? You're so sweet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know how sometimes, sometimes you try to start a business and sometimes a business starts you. So do I just go to, do I just go back to what it is I was doing before? Do I just grab a permanent backpack and just get on the road and go to Kenya, next, Senegal, South Africa? Do I do that and just stay on the road indefinitely, learning and discovering new places? Somebody asked which place had finer men, Ghana or Nigeria? You know, listen. The wheel popped off and the car just dropped to one side. We just skidded. Oh goodness, she's attracted some guys who are beefing with her out there. She came to the car to tell me to safeguard my purse and phone. What in the world is going on right now? All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications for more.